Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the mobile app coaching. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. If you can hear me, cool. Can you give me the chat? If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation to let me know that you are hearing me loud and clear. Let me get my chat over here so I can see it. Oh, wow. I bet Ryan is grinning from ear to ear. He did a video on semiconductors yesterday. Janice, SMCI set up really nice. I bought a call diagonal on the short side, and it's at $400, but the side was at 320. So SMCI is going to continue to trend up. I am of the mindset, I think we did a good job in the Jockey Club this morning with SMCI this morning, so I'm happy. I'm happy. It sounds like the alert just hit, so I'm going to wait for more people to get up into the room. All right, before we get started, again, if you are a subscriber to the VectorVest software, you do know that you get the mobile app for free. Many of you are only on the mobile app, which is fine, and again, this is why we do these coachings. Is the market ready to rebound? Well, a lot of it is SMCI. A lot of it is the tech stocks that are moving. Is that enough to push the market higher after the MTI has now gone below the overextended level of 1.5? So Jazz says, happy to snow day, snowboarding tonight. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I'm not into all that snow. That's why I moved from New York. Hear you, Glenn. Horse. No, I'm not horse. Something's tickling my throat. A lot of people are happy about SMCI, so we're going to look at that today. Hello, Glenn, snowy Cincinnati. In case you didn't know, my wife's from Akron, so I haven't seen any of her friends post on Facebook about snowy in Akron, Ohio. So, as you know, when we do the mobile app coaching, it's just from the app. I do not use the desktop at all. It is strictly about the power of the program in your pocket, whether you're on the phone. I am currently using an iPad. So Florida Dream, whom I met in Tampa, says we hate snow in Florida. I hear you. GT, I'm up 5% on TQQQ yesterday. Your views matter. I hear you. And I don't want it to be all about me. It's not about me, and I appreciate that, but it's not about me. It's about the power of the VectorVest software, finding you these stocks, looking at market timing to help you guys make a decision on what's going on in the market so that you can pull the trigger right now. No, Jagdish. Sox S in play now? No. What's telling? Let's go look at that first. I'm going to go up to the magnifying glass in the top left-hand corner. So the tech stocks are moving up. You want to look at the short side. SOSX. Weird. It's denied. Cool. Take me off of the screen for a second. On. All right. Now you can put me back on. So let's look at, wow, interesting. Look, we got, I didn't even see this. How come I didn't see this morning? Is that good? Somebody check. Confirmed calls are up. Did it flash up? Interesting. Can anybody, the DEW, is my data right? I'm not looking at the desktop. Hold on. I can look at the desktop. Let me go peep that out real quick. Market timing. The ARCT kicker combo is down. Let's go look at the confirmed calls. I don't have a confirmed up call. I'm wondering if it's flashing that end of day. Confirm. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, my fault. It never went down. Dang. Why am I so slow this morning? It never went down. The confirmed call never went down. I'm like, whoa. What happened? The confirmed call never went down. So that's why it's up. The DEW did go down. All right. So there, Shukraj says no sound. Let me see. I'm going to get a check real quick. Everybody hear me? Yes, no. Did you see the horrible earnings from regional banks yesterday? You said months ago the other shoe was going to drop. I've been saying that, and all I can do is talk. I don't want to talk till I'm blue in the face. It's hard for me to do. But I told you that the regional banks had another shoe to fall, and this is just the beginning. We'll see. All right, we'll see. All right, so hi, Badger. I've been saying it's one of my bubbles. In case you don't know, let me tell you what my 5 bubbles are about the market. My 5 bubbles are oil, which is inflationary, banks, credit cards, which I already did a short on, the bubble for credit cards, commercial real estate is one of my bubbles, in the China economy is one of my bubbles. So I've got 5 bubbles that I've been looking at that could affect the market to the downside for the last 4 or 5 months. All right, so sound is excellent. BNKD is going to be at a play for that. Let's go look at SOXS. You're really ready to play the market, the semiconductors to the downside? SOXS. Let's go check that out. No, I'm not ready yet. Nothing's telling me. So you think that because the tech stocks, excuse me. So you think that just because the tech stocks have gone up so much that it's time to play the semiconductors to the downside? I'm always of the mindset, don't try to outguess the market. Just because it's going up and you think that it's time to play to the downside, the tech stocks, I'm looking at SOXS. Not yet. There's nothing. There's nothing that's telling me it's okay. Let's go look at BNKD. All right. Let's go look at BNKD. Am I ready to take BNKD? I like to move up. Hit this 3-month graph. I like to move. The 3, the 8, and the 20 are all in play. The 3, the 8, and the 20 are all in play on a 3-month graph. Now, I do look at today. It is starting to move sideways for 3 days in a row. You do see that, right? I got an alert. And we're going to talk about these alerts that I got set up as well. You do see it moving sideways for the last 3 days. If you're in it, I'd leave it alone. It's a down day today, but the 3 is still above the 8. All right, from that perspective, if you're looking at Bank D, I still think that there's another shoe to fall. I've been saying that for the longest time. It's there. We're going to see. JG says market is irrational. How many times have you heard me use the terminology irrational exuberance? If you've heard me say it, type a yes in the room. This market is unlike any other market that I've seen in my 20 years of investing in the stock market. Now, that may not be a lot. That may not be a lot to many of you. Many of you probably have been doing this a lot longer than I have, and that's fine. But we have a lot of things culminating together. Think about that. We've got a debt, $34 trillion worth of debt, okay? We've got to service that debt. We've got a China economy, which really is China goes, everybody else goes, because they are the biggest buyer of everything. We've got banks where the inverted yield curve is going to affect these regional banks in a big, big way. Thus the reason why I've said there's another shoe to fall when it comes to regional banks. The big banks have the liquidity. They can withstand the inverted yield curve. But regional banks, for the most part, have the the short-term yields look better than the long-term yields. Looks better than the long-term yields. That's not good. That means they're upside down. The 10 years should be financing the 2 years. The 2 years are the short-term stuff. You make your money, you get out. You make your money, you get out. But you sustain yourself with the longer-term notes. When that inverts, that's not good for the economy. All right? Are you now Glenn Greenspan? No. And I'm the first one to tell you that I am not an economist, folks. All I do is I do a lot of research. I do a lot of research to be able to present to you between VectorVest and my insights on what's going on in the market. If you hold to the VectorVest stop, you lose a lot, and the sell signal for profit is far off mostly. I may be using the VectorVest wrong. No. That's a good point about the stop. The VectorVest stop is based off of a 13-week moving average of the stop price of a stock, okay? And not only that, it looks at, well, and that's all you need to know, right? From that perspective, I am going to reach out and say that the VectorVest stop is more of a prudent stop. It gives those stocks that have good fundamentals a longer time to pull back. It gives them more room to pull back, okay? If that's not for you, then you use another stop. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you that the VectorVest stop should be used as either a gospel or guide. Either you're going to go off of the stops or you use it as a guide when you see the stock's price start to fall to the stop. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, JG? It is used as for the purposes of gospel or guide. What's up, Amir? All right, SMC is almost up 33% a share. I know you made profit in the Jockey Club, but wow, maybe we should have hung on. No, Sharon, stop being greedy. Sharon, did you make money on the trade? Sharon, I'm asking you, did you take the trade and did you make money on the trade? And if the answer is yes, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Now that the stock goes up, understanding, hindsight is always 20/20. Now that it's going up, you're going to second guess yourself. Never, never, never do that, Sharon, especially if you made money on the trade. All right? That's my 2 cents when it goes into that. Never look at after the fact, oh, the stock is going up and I should have kept it. There it is. And Badger's right. I Googled you and it says Glenn Tompkins Jr. is just a guy. I am just a guy. Should we do some option trades today on SMCI? Well, here's Bank D. Let's go look at SMCI. You guys are taking me all off track, but I love the commentary. SMCI, intraday, big move intraday. And let's go click on that. 3-month graph. Amir, what I do like about SMCI, it's up 31.97% today. Looking at this candle, what do I like about this candle? Anybody want to venture an answer? Looking at today's candle, what do I like about today's candle? I've said it on more than one occasion when I'm looking at trading a stock. Does anybody know? Don't forget wartime stocks, Cammon Industrial. Cammon just got bought. I thought they just got bought or somebody's taking them private. Short wick at the top, excellent. What that means for me is that the stock's price today is still trading near session highs. There's not a lot of people getting out of the stock. So when I think about a stock like SMCI, do I think it's too late to get in? Not quite. Let me add something to this graph. I want to go to graph settings. I want to add something. Lower graph. Moving averages. Where's what I'm looking for? I'm looking for volume. Where the heck is volume? Do I not have volume on here? I can change it. We'll move it from earnings per share to volume. All right, we'll move it from earnings per share to volume. Look at that volume. Look at that volume. So that means there's conviction behind the move. There is definitely conviction behind the move. Let's go backwards to SMCI. Let's go backwards again. Bank D. The volume's not there yet. Let's go back one. That was the last one. SOX. The volume is not there yet either. SOX S. I'm not ready to take SOX S yet. I'm not ready to take SOX S yet. Let the stock come to you. Let the stock come to you. One more that we'll look at right now, and that's going to be NVIDIA. We'll look at it. NVDA. Side would be nice if I put the right. NVDA. Let's take a look. Wow, look at that. That's killing it too. Goodness gracious, that is killing it too. Then there's the volume. I like the volume on SMCI a bit more than I like it on NVIDIA. But looking at price action on NVIDIA, again, today's candle trading right at the high. Now, Phil says, but no green light on the color guard in the dew. Interesting. You're right. So what am I looking at here, Phil? I'm actually looking at some outliers. Why? TSM had guiding at 20% higher into 2024. And a lot of the semiconductor stocks are following behind it. So technically, Phil, you're right. Would I really want to go buy into stocks long? Probably not. But these are outliers. Does that make sense, Phil? These are outliers. Where should I be more focused on in the market? Now that I've looked at some of your stocks that were, hitting the headlines and ideas, let's go back to the market overview. So, Phil, this is the real way of taking a look at what's going on. Phil, why are stocks going up? Well, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P are all up today. So with that being said, stocks are making money. What did Sharon say? Sorry. Sharon said something. Sharon said up 151%, didn't sell. Goodness. Sharon, look at me. Are you looking at me? Sharon, look at me right here. Stop being greedy. Don't give that all back. Please don't give that all back. You made a great trade. Don't give it all back. If nothing else, Sharon, how about this? If you don't want to fully get out of the trade, take half off the table. Do me a favor. I'm not even trading your account. Do me a favor. Take half off the table. Take half off the table. Lock in that profit. Play with the house's money. Don't play with all your money. Does that make sense, Sharon? And I know that may be hard for you. Especially being up that much. But I'm your Uncle Glenn is trying to help you out right here. Take some of that off the table. Lock in some of that profit. Because how many times, Sharon, have you ever been in a situation like that where you gave just about all of it back? Don't let that happen. Koresh says, I'll take the other half. Stop it, Koresh. That's her trade. That's the greed gets the best of all of us. I know. But Sharon, VV Nation, we need to help her. You need to consider taking half off the table. I can't tell you what to do. But I don't want to see you give it all back. All right. So going back to Phil's point, I'm looking at the DEW is down, the primary wave is down, the green light buyer is neutral. Of course, the confirmed call never went down. All right. With all of that being said, Phil, today might be a good day for short-term investing for a stock. Let's go look at the VectorVest composite on a longer term. All right. That's a 1-year view of the VectorVest composite. Very important about going into this year. One of the videos that I made early part of the year stated that earnings was going to be a major player in the market in determining direction going into 2024. What do you see on the VVC over the last year? Type it in the room. What do you see on the VVC over the last year? Now, I know I probably have a delay, but Phil is right. Look at it right there. Earnings per share is falling. Do you know that the earnings growth for the S&P 500 has dropped 1%? It was up 8%. It's now down to 7%. That may not be a lot, but that just means that companies within the S&P 500 are not growing their earnings as much. They may be beating or meeting expectations, but the growth is going down. And that is a cause and effect of inflation and interest rates. All right? So that's where Sharon says, I know, take off half. Sharon, it's up to you. It's your trading. That means it's a good time to start buying more. Sigh, Northwestern. Sigh. No, stop having those bad habits. All of you need to stop having those bad habits. I'm trying to turn these things around. So only a matter of time before the bubble bursts. All FOMO driven. Ryan did a great video on FOMO. A lot of this run that you see, let's go start from here. All of that run, and that's on 10/30 of 2023. A lot of this run from that point is FOMO. It is definitely FOMO. Fear of missing out. All right, Ultra Magnus says, I need to stop averaging down. Why is anybody on our YouTube channel averaging down? That is the worst thing to do. I did a video on it a while ago about averaging down. Notice that the people who talk about making a lot of money, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying. A lot of the people who talk about making a lot of money averaging down are people who are using money that they don't need in their accounts. This is play money. Because if it goes down, they don't get hurt. And they average down, and then all of a sudden the stock takes off. They go, man, I made a ton of money. Let me tell you this. And answer this if you can attest to this. How many times have you tried to average down to blow up and you only blow up your portfolio? Type of amen in the room if you've done that. How many of you have tried to average down only to blow up a portfolio in the process? Type of amen in the room. Now, there is something to be said about dollar cost averaging down, but it's only for the people who have a lot of money or people who are using money that they don't need in their portfolios. Those are the people who normally make money averaging down. All right, so I just put that out there. If there's anybody out there that tells me that they average down and they make a ton of money time and time again, you probably got a lot of money on the side that you can do that with. I would never average down with my portfolio that I've got to retire off of. I would never average down. Add to winners. I could see add to winners, but I'm not going to buy more of a stock that's going down. I'm never going to buy more of a stock that's going down. All right. Y'all need to stop talking in the room and start listening because I got to get through some stuff. All right? I love that you like interacting with me, and I love interacting with you, but I got to get some stuff across to you as well. If you have FOMO, do a paper trade in a watch list to see what it does. You'll be convinced to wait for a green light. I like that, Marvin. I like that. All right. So let's get back into what's going on in the market. Stop talking to me right now, Sai. Stop talking to me right now. Let me talk to you. Let the New York come out. How you doing? Forget about it. All right. With that, what would I be doing in the market right now? Overall, I looked at the VVC. I'd be careful. I'd be careful. Today is an up day. Who's to say that tomorrow may not be a down, or Monday may not be a down day? We got back and forth going on. Let's go look at the color guard. We got a lot of yellow. What does that mean? That means, no, it's not Q&A day right now, Jazz. Later, not right now. All right. If I'm looking at the color guard, yellow. Yellow means being cautious. Doesn't mean to be overtly on the bearish side or overtly on the bullish side. It's caution. And that's what I want you all to take away from looking at the mobile app. You're not looking at anything else. You're not listening to anybody else on TV. The power of the program in your pocket by way of the mobile app tells me I need to be cautious in the market. That's all it means. On a day like today, can I take advantage of the market to the upside? Yes, short term. If the market were down today, can I take advantage of the market to the downturn? Yes, short term. Longer term picture tells me I need to be cautious in the market. The market's not showing me any true direction, whether bullish or bearish. That's what caution means. So if I get a chance to make some money, make that money. Sharon, think about taking half off the table. For anybody who's dollar cost averaging down, if I've got no direction to the upside, I don't know why you want to think about dollar cost averaging down. If the market's moving sideways or down, or no matter what, it's not telling you that the market's moving up. How does a market move up when the stocks within the market are moving up? All right. Sideways markets I can't say that, Corey. Wait for direction. The color guard is not giving me any direction. No direction. All right. With that being said, today, even though the market is going up, let me tell you that the market is focusing on tech stocks. How do I know that? Because when I look at the advance to decline, there's more stocks going down than they are going up, which is if the market is moving higher today, that's because there's certain stocks within the market pulling the market up today, because I've got 54% of the stocks in the market going down, while only 35% of the stocks in our database are going up. that tells you that there's certain things that are moving while the majority of the other stuff is not. All right. Likewise, never let a stock go against 1% or cut 2%. And that's another thing. Never lose more than 1% of your total portfolio in any stock. All right. Tech is up. Thank you. I agree with that, Santalal. I agree right now with the Magnificent Seven, the tech, the semiconductors. All of those are on the rise right now. But always remember this. What goes up must come down. Spinning wheels turn around. You got to keep in mind, you don't always want to keep going up and away in your beautiful balloon. Sometimes it's got to come down. Sometimes it's got to come down. All right. I like that. Phil says, I'm holding until green. No more FOMO for me. I like that. No more FOMO for me. All right, let's move over to the VectorVest views. Let's talk about the guidance. So we've looked at the lack of direction in the market. Let's talk about the guidance that we give. Again, strictly from the mobile app. Rally and tech shares sent Wall Street higher. That was yesterday, right? Let's go to the summary. With 3 yellow lights in a down-up situation, what do we have for the prudent investors? Even though the market's up today, the guidance says prudent investors should not buy stocks at this time. Well, that's the prudent guys. For those of you who are a little bit more aggressive, play the market as it develops. As it develops, and today it developed a little bit more to the upside, those people who are a little bit more aggressive could have bought stocks today. For those of you who have an aggressive portion of your portfolio, you could have put stocks into that. SMCI would have been a great one. Tech stocks could be good ones as well. We should keep SMCI long? Let's go back to SMCI. Should you? Again, trading close to the session highs. You know where I would get you out of the stock? Let's do this. I'm going to set an alert, a sell alert. I'm going to create an alert. I'm going to give you a line in the sand if you own it. Line in the sand at 358.19. Does everybody understand what I just did? Yes or no? Does everybody understand what I just did? Yes or no? Type it in the room. I think that right now, if you own the stock, that's a good point. And it's 12.52% from where it is right now. If I don't want to give up 12%, let's go find us 10%. 10% would be right about 368.29. All right, what I first drew was a support line. But if you want to look at percentages from where we are right now, this level of 368.29 is about 10% of where the stock is right now. I think that between the two of those, whether it's at 368 or whether it's at 356, I'm of the mindset these are good points to get out of the stock, lock in that profit. Sharon, that was specifically for you. For you, I would look at a 10% fall sitting at about that 368 point. All right? Get out before it drops below the recent swing high. Thus, that was my first level right there. I used the wick of this candle, and that's where I'm setting my stop at, right there, the wick of that candle. That's what I'm looking at. All right? So that's what so how about Northwestern Canopy says it's going to about 450. How long can you stay in? You know me, I won't predict the stocks. I won't predict where stock is going to go. But we know what I do like about the stock as well. It's going from the bottom left to the top right. It's going to the bottom left to the top right. Our earnings is on January 29th. That's 10 days from now. It's 10 calendar days from now. I think it's going to beat earnings. And I hope that the guidance is going to be super good. I hope that the guidance is going to be super good. All right, before I go and do anything, I can check SOXL. Let me do that real quick. I don't want to create that though. Cancel. Let's go check SOXL. SOXL. It's moving up. 3%. Gaps like to be filled. I've got 2 gaps here. I got a gap up there and I got a gap up there. And it's hitting a new 3-month high today. Would I buy it? I could buy it. I could buy it 12 cents higher than the high. Let's go do this. Oops, 12 cents higher than the high. Where would I set a stop? Below the gap. I'd set a tight stop because that's two gaps that haven't been filled. That's two gaps that haven't been filled. Northwestern, you know, I'm never going to give you a target because I don't know. I'm never going to give you a target. I don't have the wherewithal or anything in the software to give you a target. Does that make sense, Northwestern? So I'm only going to play what I see. And because it's gone up and gapped up twice, I'd put a tight stop on it. My stop on it right now, if you're in it, would be at 32.36. I would be at 32.36. All right. Let's cancel that. Let's continue looking at what's going on in the market. The views we already looked at. We got the guidance. It's moving slow. That makes me sad. I say, oh no. And then I wait a little more before my jaw goes hitting the floor. There we go. All right. And another good thing about the views is we've got a footprint in the sand. We've got views for every day. If you ever want to go back and say, well, I want to know what VectorVest said on this day, you can always go into views and take a look at it. All right. Sharon already put it in. Way to go, Sharon. Way to go. All right. So that is the views and the overview. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about going forward. Let me get a feel. Cool. Can you do you know how to do a survey, a poll? Cool. Oh, cool. You know how to do a survey? All right. I want you to put a survey. Are you bullish or bearish in the market? And then, you know, choice A will be bullish. Choice B would be bearish. Don't answer that in the room. Koo is going to put a survey up for you guys. I want to see overall where your heads are at. No, unfortunately, G Money, I cannot put the MPI on the mobile app. I cannot put the MPI on the mobile app. All right, survey, bull, bears, or sideways. Actually, that's even better. Are you bullish, bearish, or sideways? And you make those choices, bull, bear, sideways. You got that, Koo? I'm sure he does. Yeah, all right, cool beans. He's going to put that up. I want to see where your heads are. While that's going on, I just said don't answer in the room. He's going to put up a survey. Ready? Did you not hear me say that? Are you guys not listening? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? There you go. All right, I want to see what the poll looks like. There it is. Neutral. I guess sideways will be neutral. A Fox. How about we go that way? Siberia says, Uncle Glenn, what size tablet are you using? This size. It's not like my Pro. My Pro is 12.9. Yeah, here's my Pro. All right, there's my Pro. This is just this size. It's this size. I guess it's the iPad, not an iPad mini, not an iPad Pro. It's just an iPad. Does that help you, Siberia? Hopefully it does. All right. So I'm going to close the poll in a second. I just want to see where you are. I'm going to go back to the VVC. Okay. I'm going to go back to the VVC. And I am going to say right now, that is a simple moving average of a 20-day. It's below. All right. It's a simple moving average of a 20-day. I think because what time frame? Let's say over the next 3 to 6 months. How about over the next 3 to 6 months? All right. And for me, I am of the mindset that I'm bearish on the market. All right. Now, why is that? I'm looking at earnings per share over the last year. Earnings is the engine that drives a market or a stock higher. I got falling earnings per share on the VectorVest composite. That means something. It may not come to fruition right away, but I think that still over the next 3 to 6 months, I'm a bit more bearish on the market. All right, let me see what the poll is looking like for the time being. Open it up. Wow, it's even. 31% bullish, 34% bearish, 34% sideways. Interesting. Very interesting. So I asked that question because I want to use the power of the program in your pocket. That earnings picture is huge for me, especially knowing the power of earnings and the effect that it can have on the market. James says that's neutral. If everything is all together that way, that close, maybe the overall picture is neutral. No, because neutral is already in there. Sideways is already in there. All right. So that's where I'm standing. The market is overvalued. What else is there? Look at the fundamental indicators. RVRS below 1. RT right at 1, which means the market's flat right now. The comfort index, the stocks, the market's ability right now to withstand long and lengthy price declines, below 1. I'm looking at the power of the program in my pocket to clearly see that I'm not overly bullish on the market. I am pushing to be a little bit more bearish on the market. How about both ways? No. It's either going to go up, go down, or go sideways. I don't think it could go up, down. I don't think you can do that. I don't think we can do that, Manju. All right, so after elections and when interest rates drop, it will be a different story. Jazz, I don't disagree with you. I did a story yesterday that, remember Uncle Glenn said that they weren't going to start cutting rates into the summer? Well, one of the Fed governors said the same thing, that they're not thinking about cutting rates until the third quarter, which starts in July. I wonder where somebody was saying that they probably weren't going to cut interest rates into the summer. Does anybody know who said that? It was just something that was flying around by somebody. A lot of people were thinking that they were going to cut in March. Could that still happen? Absolutely. Absolutely, could still happen. I think a lot of mixed talk coming out of the market, coming out of the Fed, is not good for the market. All right, 181 people. We need more likes. Thank you for that, Raphael. I appreciate that. How many likes do we have, Koo? We do have 182 people in this room. And how many likes do we have? Really, only 48? Is it not worth your time to be here for this kind of stuff? I don't know. I don't know what else I need to do to make it either entertaining or more informational. All right. I'm going to go find stock pick ideas. What would I do on a day like today? I'd probably look at high momentum stocks. So I would go down to the stock pick ideas, high momentum stocks. Look at this. And I would sort the list. Click where it says VST at the top. I would click there and go down to percentage gains loss. What's moving? DSP. Let's go take a look at that. It's up 13% today. Let's click on it. Wow, look at that move. I love the rising earnings, even though it's still negative. It's getting better. It's getting better. Is that my Steve? I see is that my Steve? Wow, I don't know if it's my Steve. If it's my Steve, welcome, Steve. Let's click on the 3-month view of that. Look at that. Look at that stock. Broke through resistance today on a big move. Broke through resistance today on a big move. Trading right at the session highs. I'm curious to know what's making this happen. Let's click on the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Let's go look at the stock news. What's going on with this stock? DSP, 12%. 4 hours ago, strength seen in Viant DSP. Can its 9% jump turn into more strength? Viant integrates with Purple Lab. Viant to present. It's all about AI. Ooh, AI still on the move, baby. AI is still on the move, baby. I just did a video on AI and what other industry is going to be moving up with AI. If you haven't taken a look at it, go take a look at it. It's on the YouTube channel. Nice move on the stock. Let's go see. Is it worth it? Let's go back one. I'm going to put an alert. Create an alert at the high, which is at 818. I'm going to create an alert. Once the alert hits, it'll let me know. DSP has crossed about... No, I said it wrong. I set the alert wrong. You knucklehead, Glenn. Glenn's a knucklehead sometimes. let's go find DSP. Stock pick ideas. Let's go find DSP again. There it is. I said it wrong. Oops, let's go back. I said it wrong. I didn't watch. Go to alert, create an alert. I gotta set it above that. There it is. Above it, not below. Above it, not below. All right, now create. Create a new alert. Oops, I already did it. I created my alert. My alert is set. You can see that the alert now is darkened in. That means there's an alert. I give you like 2 times. You're in my phone and in my TV. Thank you for that, Manju. I appreciate that. But Walter says people have heavy fingers. They just can't like the video. Sigh. Sigh. That just makes me go sigh. All right. What were we at? High momentum stocks. Let's sort it again by percent gain is loss. Sire. Let's go look at it. 3-month. Broke through resistance right here. Where's my resistance? Broke through resistance. I don't like the volume just quite yet. This is end of day. I don't like the volume. It's up 10% today. Let's go to the next stock. Wow. I like this stock. I like this stock. And I cannot look over the last few days how volume is rising. That means conviction. Look at the bottom left, top right, right at the session highs. Oh, baby, we're going to put us an alert on that. Yes, we are. Let's go above that level of 1206. Look at that graph. How many of you know this stock? Type of 1. How many of you know this stock? Type of 1. If you don't know of this stock, type of 2. If you don't know of this stock, type of 2. Let's go to the next stock. I'm not ready for that one. IVVD. It stopped right at that level of resistance. Look at that. A lot of 2s coming up. I like that. I like when I bring something new to the table that you didn't know of. And again, I'm not using the desktop. This is all from the mobile app, folks. Now, some of you have known of it. This is great. But I see a lot more 2s from the power of the program in your pocket. The power of the program in your pocket right here. Woo! I'm not feeling this one because it stopped right at resistance. All right? Wow, SLNO. Let's go back. Relative value, relative safety, both below 1. Relative timing, comfort index. It is overvalued. I'm still going to put an alert. This could just be more of an aggressive play. I'm going to put an alert. Create. All right. Let's go to the next stock. The U.S. Semiconductors. Look at that. An ETF. No, hold on. Yes, an ETF. It's got a VST above 1. That's because the RT is above 1. And it's fairly valued. This may be it. I'm going to put an alert. Set an alert. Here we go. Create. All right. What's next? I needed to, no, not quite. The wick, I don't like the wick at the top. Created a beautiful level of resistance of which it's trading under right now. That's breaking through resistance. No. I like this one though. SMMT. Let's go back. Let's go check the fundamental. Ooh. This is a speculative play. It's got an RT above 1, but not fundamentally sound, and it's overvalued. Next one. That's coming off the high. Next one. Good gravy. That gapped up, and it's got a closed candle, which means there's some profit taken on this stock. Wow, look at that equity curve. Good googly muggly. Look at that equity curve. Holy smokes. I like that stock. I just don't like it today. But look at that equity curve. Good googly muggly. No, maybe. Let's go fundamentally. Nope, not fundamentally sound. It isn't an uptrend. It's got a comfort index. It is overvalued. Earnings is negative, but getting much better negative. Much better, not negative. FANG, that's another good one. Tech stocks. I don't like gappy stocks. QCOM. Earnings is falling. I'm not feeling that. Broadcom. Right at a level of resistance. Maybe. Not fundamentally sound. It's a technical play again. And it's overvalued. All right. We got a couple of stocks that we would look at. Glenn, should we keep ARM? All right. What time is it? 12:45. I'm going to do one thing first. Don't give me stocks. Hold on. Did I get into what stock did I put? It didn't give me an alert yet. Yeah, it didn't give me an alert yet. Did I put an alert on it, Sam? I think I just did, but it didn't give me an alert yet. Not until it gives me an alert. All right. I want to go through my portfolios first. I've got these portfolios that I normally start at the beginning of the year, and I track throughout the year. Oh, yeah, you know, when those stocks hit, they're going to go into mobile app picks. I got no stocks in here. So if any of those alerts hit, they're going to go into that portfolio. Cybersecurity, I think, is going to be a good wave going in, good industry going into the 2024. Overall gain slightly up. All right. Midday market, that's on Mondays. That portfolio is getting beaten up. That's all right. I got a whole year to do this. Mobile app picks, top 10 picks for 2024. Look at that. 2.87%. Look at that. Up 3% today. Look at the stocks. SMCI, CCJ, Meta. Out of my top 10 picks, 7 out of my top 10 picks are up. Mara, the crypto, is getting killed. Coca-Cola is getting beaten up. And the builder stock, CRS. How many of you watched my top 10 picks for 2024? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you watched my top 10 picks for 2024? Type of 1 in the room. This is showing right now that I'm eating my own cooking. All right? That I'm eating my own cooking. So this is going to be a portfolio that I'm going to monitor throughout the year. No stops. What do you think of coin? I'm not touching it. Mara is telling me I don't want to even touch it. That's why. Mara, from the beginning of the year, is down. After the SEC stepped in and said what they said, and everybody's going to, the spot ETF, I thought it was going to be a big shot in the arm for crypto. I'm not a fan of crypto, but I've never stopped giving you an opportunity to make money on it when the time is right. I'm not a fan of crypto, and right now it is getting beaten up. What's up with Coke? I got a whole year, Fox, especially this summer, for Coke to come back for me. I think Coke is a staple stock that for any year should do well. All right, how about coin? Coin, if Mara looks that bad, what do you think coin looks like? If Mara looks that bad, what do you think coin looks like? I can't do it that way. Let's go coin. Hit the magnifying glass coin. Let's go take a look. It's getting killed. What do I think about coin, Amir? I don't think about it. All right. Do I still avoid airlines too? Sam, I'm of the mindset that because of the inflated prices, it's going to add to one of my other bubbles, which is the credit cards. People have put a lot of cruises, airlines, hotels, all that on their credit cards. I think that people are paying the exorbitant prices, the inflated prices for all of these things, and it's creating another bubble on the credit card side. All right, so I wanted to take a look at the portfolios. Trending Thursday picks. Do I have any stocks in there? It's down a little bit. So I've got portfolios for all of my live streams. Mary says, where do you find the hot momentums? Go to Stock Pick Ideas. Go down to Stock Pick Ideas on the left. And there's under hot stocks, there's the high momentum stocks. Is a gap from body or wick? The gap is normally from the body. The gap is from the body. All right, which is, if it gaps up, it's going to be from the closing price of the day or the closing price of the candle to the next candle. It's normally from the body, not the wick. The wick shows you the high. The wick shows you how high it went in that candle. But if you're going to look at a gap, it's going to be from the body. He says no on the website. High momentum stocks are not in the 7. See, in the mobile app, we tried to give the mobile people easier access to a lot of the things that you can do on the desktop, Mary. That's what it is. All right. So a lot of these watch lists that we have here are designed because we can't give all of the watch lists to the mobile app person. So we try to give some of the most pertinent stuff. So you won't find high momentum stocks in the 7. It is for the people there. You know, being a mobile app only person has its perks. All right. Those alerts that I've set, I can't do that in 7. Right. I can't do that in 7. That's a perk that's needed, that's used for the mobile app person. All right. Glenn, is there anything like Bank D that's optionable? I don't know, Bill. I've never looked into it. So tell you what I'm going to do, though. My watch list, we're going to create, we don't want to go. My watch list. I want to click the plus sign. All right, give me your stocks. I'm only looking for about 10 to 15 stocks. All right, now start typing them in. I'm only looking for 10 to 15 stocks. Like, type them in. I want stocks that I haven't looked at yet, though. I want stocks that I haven't looked at yet. Celsius, CELH. Yep. 1. Apple. 2. World, WRLD. 3. I'm only going to take one of them, Robert, so I give other people a space to get in. TK is 4. LABD is 5. ACGL is 6. CAN is 8. 7. Cameron got bought out. MELI is 8. SoFi is 9. Rolls Royce, I love that stock. RYCEY is 10. SPY is 11. TQQQ is 12. AMD. Do I already have that in here? No. AMD, nope. Larry doesn't go. SoFi is already in the list. FTAI. I don't know what number I'm up to right now. 5, 10, 13. Not can, auto-corrected. What is it, Joe Mama? Joe! Not can. AZAN. All right, AZN. That's 14. And CLS makes 15. There's my 15 stocks today. All right, let's create this watch list. Let's call it custom. Put today's date. 1/19. 1/19/24. Customer picks. All right. Let's go see it. Buys. No sell. Oh, you gave me 3 cells. So at the bottom of the list, what stocks concern me? SoFi, LABD, and CAN. Remember, the majority. I got no majority who was bullish, bearish, or neutral. Right? Interesting. All right, let's go take a look at these stocks. FTAI, love it. I love it. Bottom left, top right, 3 and the 8 and the 20 all in play. I'd like to see more volume with the stock moving up. Today is a little indecision day. Today could be a hanging man sort of candle. Could be a reversal. I'm just telling you, be careful on FTAI. It could be a reversal about to happen. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, I don't know if I would take it today. If you're in it, though, keep an eye on it. Wow, Melly looks good. Broke through resistance right here. Broke through resistance twice. Broke here, came down, broke through it. I like it. I do like it. I could like the volume a little bit more. Let's go back. Fundamentally sound. Relative value, relative safety of both. I like the stock. Love the earnings. I like the stock. I do like the stock. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's got a volume of 982. It's way overvalued though. It's trading at 1723.84. But I like the stock. I can't lie. I like that stock. CLS, let's put this on a 3-month graph. Also broke through, broke through resistance. I'd look for follow through. It is going from the bottom left, top right. It went sideways a couple of times, but it did break through resistance. I'd look for follow through. I do like the rise in the volume. All right. I do like that play. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an alert on this. Create. Let's go see if it hits before we leave. Next stock, TQQQ. 3-month graph. Also broke through resistance. Right now, the market could have a little bit of a bullish tinge. I do like that the MTI is now below the value of being overextended. How do I find out what stocks make up the TQQQ? In the 7, you can, not in the mobile app. So I would go into the 7, look for, let me see, 7 viewers. I would go to the watch list viewer, S&P watch list, special watch lists, the NASDAQ 100. No, that's not what I want. I could look at the NASDAQ 100. There's not one on the Qs themselves. Interesting. I have the NASDAQ 100. I can see what stocks are in the NASDAQ 100 in the VectorVest 7. And currently, there's exactly 100 stocks in the NASDAQ 100. Oh, you can't see it because I have a different setup. But I can see what's in the NASDAQ 100. Interesting that I can't see what's in the NASDAQ itself. That doesn't make sense. I got S&P watch lists, but I don't have a NASDAQ watch list. But at least I can see what's in the NASDAQ 100, James. All right. I like the play. I'd like to see more volume, but I like the play. Rolls-Royce, as much as I like it in the space that it's in a channel. I wouldn't touch it yet. If I'm not hearing it. ACGL Arch Capital. Look at that. Broke through resistance. Still running. I got another level of resistance right here. Come on. Why can't I click on it? Dang it. There it is. And it broke through it as well. It broke through 2 levels of resistance. The stock's on the move. I'd like to see more volume, but it is on the rise. Wow. TK looks good. Shippers. Ryan did a video or a short on shippers. Keep your eyes on shippers. People are having to pay a lot of more money to the shippers because they're not going through the Red Sea. They're going around the Horn of Africa. Shippers could be something to keep your eyes on. All right, Janice says, SPY just hit an all-time high over 480. Thank you, Janice. Market's moving. Celsius, no. I wonder if I can do this. Celsius.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Yep, that's what I think about Celsius. I don't know. Is CLS on my list? Apple's starting to move. Apple's starting to move. Came off support. Broke through resistance. Coming up on another level of resistance right here. I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance right there. Yeah. Oh, SLNO hit. All right, we were looking at that, right? SLNO hit. Let's go add to portfolio. What is this? Mobile app picks. There it is. Buy $1,000. That allows me to put 20 stocks in there. Add to the portfolio. Boom. I don't want to see it. All right. So there's a stock that hit the stop. Oh, man. I hate when that happens. My watch list. I got to go find this. Where is it? I got to go find it. There's got to be a better way for me to do this. What's today's date? 1/19/24. There we go. All right. So SLNO hit. That was a stock we were looking at. We put in a stop on it. We put in an alert on it. It hit. Where were we? Were we at the SPY? I do like the spiders. Put it on a 3-month graph. Oh, yeah. All right, next. No. It's got a lot of levels of support and resistance on here. James says, what research do you do? James, the next time you're on a live stream when I'm on VectorVest 7, I'll show you. I will show you. You got to remind me, though. I will show you. But I research a lot. I've got 75 tabs open in my browser. 75 tabs. That's how much research. And I can go through each and every, and that's where I can go find and dive deep on anything. I can dive deep on anything. But I do research on stocks. I do research on the company, whatever it takes. When will you explain multi-bagger search? In tonight's 6 p.m. video. In tonight's, it's KU, Badger. It's KU. I will explain. That's tonight's 6 p.m. video is the multi-bagger search. I actually created one. It has not been vetted through VectorVest. It's something that I'm working with. All right, but I put out a video tonight. We're going to see if it works. All right, on multi-bagger stocks. I explain what it takes to make a multi-bagger stock, and I created a search around that. That's tonight's 6 p.m. video. Make sure you watch it and share it. Share that. It could be, you know, something. It could be the holy grail of multi-bagger search. Could be. I don't know. You got to go? Are you really? All right. That's fine. What else is in here? I wonder if that's Joey doing it. I don't know, but there's big wick at the top of the candle. I'm only 2 minutes over anyway. I'm only 2 minutes over. Don't start with me, Joey. Yeah, now don't start. I'm only 2 minutes over. Everybody tell Joey to shush. I'm looking at your stocks. That's right, Joey. You want me to? All right, fine. I'll stop. No, I'll stop. I got to go now. Joey says I got to go. Joey says I got to go. So, I'm done. Joey ain't got a tea time. All right, I don't like the wick at the top of WRLD. A lot of give back, and it went back below that level of resistance that it broke through. I'm not feeling SoFi. It's going so far. SoFi is going so far down. All right, and LABD could be getting ready to rise. I'd like to see more volume behind it. CAN is just going down, and that's all the stocks. All right, so that's all your picks for this week. That's all your picks for this week. We did find a couple of stocks, a couple of fish. You know, I like to give you fish. We did find a couple of fish for you. Go Bucks. You know, I'm having a hard time I'm having a hard time picking who the Bucks playing. The Bucks are playing the Lions, right? I don't know. I'm having a hard time picking that game. I'm having a hard time picking that game. Bill, I got to go. Joey says I got to go. I'm having a hard time picking that game. I love Steve. Steve's my boy. I like Baker. But the Lions haven't won anything for like 1 billion years. So I'm having a hard time picking that game. Hey, folks, have a great weekend. Enjoy football for all. Joey for president, really? Badger, I'm taking that down. I forgot Badger can do the same thing Joey does. I'm taking that down. Sorry. All right. Listen, folks, I love you all. Thank you for supporting the channel. Wow, that was interesting. Thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget, watch the 6 p.m. video tonight. If you haven't hit the like button, stop it, Badger. If you haven't hit the like button yet, do so. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so. I feel like I'm fighting Joey right now. Stop it. No, it says Badger's doing it, but it's Joey doing it. I'm blaming Badger. I'm blaming it. He's like, what? I'm not doing nothing. All right, folks, have a great weekend. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii, praying for all my peeps in Israel as well. Odabo, bon dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Have a great weekend. See ya.